Imagine standing on a runway, watching a tiny turboprop taxi past you, barely taller than a school bus. Now picture a plane so massive it has 2 full passenger decks, showers on board, and a wingspan wider than a football field. From regional hoppers that connect small towns to flying cities that cross oceans without stopping, the world of commercial aviation is a staggering scale of engineering ambition. And today, we are going from the smallest commercial aircraft still flying passengers in 2026 all the way up to the absolute largest machine ever built to carry human beings through the sky. Some of these planes will shock you. One of them was actually destroyed in a war, and the biggest one on this list can fit over 850 people inside a single cabin. Stay right here, because this is going to change the way you see every airplane forever. Let us start at the beginning, with the workhorses that most people never think about, but that keep entire regions connected. The ATR-42, built by the French-Italian manufacturer ATR, is one of the smallest commercial aircraft you will regularly find at airports around the world. It measures roughly 23 meters in length, carries between 42 and 50 passengers, and is powered by 2 turboprop engines that give it a range suited for short regional hops. It is not glamorous, it is not fast, but it is essential. Without planes like the ATR-42, small communities across Southeast Asia, the Caribbean, and rural Europe would simply have no air service at all. Its slightly bigger sibling, the ATR-72, pushes that capacity up to 78 passengers and extends the length to just over 27 meters. These are the planes you board between islands or at regional hubs, and they do their job with remarkable reliability. Now step up to the next tier, and you enter the world of Embraer, the Brazilian manufacturer that carved out an entirely unique space in aviation. The Embraer E175 is a regional jet that seats between 76 and 88 passengers, measures just under 32 meters long, and has a wingspan of about 26 meters. Hundreds of them fly daily across the United States under brands like American Eagle and United Express. But Embraer did not stop there. The E195-E2, the newest and largest member of the E-Jet family, stretches to over 41 meters, carries up to 146 passengers, and competes directly with smaller Airbus models. Would you believe that a company from Brazil is challenging the 2 biggest aerospace giants on the planet? That is exactly what Embraer has been doing for decades, and the aviation world respects them enormously for it. Moving into the narrow-body category, we arrive at the 2 most important commercial aircraft families in history, the Boeing 737 and the Airbus A320. These are the planes that carry more passengers than any other type on Earth. The Boeing 737-800, one of the most popular variants, measures about 39 meters in length, has a wingspan of nearly 36 meters, and carries around 162 passengers with a range of roughly 5,300 kilometers. Its direct rival, the Airbus A320, is slightly shorter at about 37.5 meters, but matches it closely in passenger capacity and range. Together, these 2 families have delivered tens of thousands of units to airlines worldwide. Every single day, right now, thousands of these planes are in the air simultaneously. The latest versions, the 737 MAX and A320neo, incorporate new engines and aerodynamic improvements that reduce fuel consumption by about 15 to 20% compared to their predecessors. In fact, by late 2025, the Airbus A320 family officially surpassed the Boeing 737 as the most delivered jetliner family in aviation history, with over 12,260 deliveries. That is a staggering number, and it tells you just how dominant these machines are. But what happens when you need to go farther and carry more people? That is where wide-body aircraft enter the conversation, and the scale jumps dramatically. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner, introduced to revolutionize long-haul travel, measures between 57 and 68 meters, depending on the variant, seats between 242 and 330 passengers, and can fly over 15,000 kilometers without stopping. Its fuselage is made primarily from carbon fiber composites, making it roughly 20% more fuel efficient than the aircraft it replaces. faced, the Boeing 767. The larger windows, higher humidity and lower cabin altitude make passengers feel noticeably better. If you have ever landed after a long flight, feeling surprisingly refreshed, chances are you were on a Dreamliner. Now we go even bigger. The Boeing 777-300ER is the largest twin-engine commercial aircraft currently in widespread service. It stretches over 73 meters in length, has a wingspan of nearly 65 meters, and can carry up to 368 passengers over a range of more than 13,600 kilometers. Airlines like Emirates, Qatar Airways, and Singapore Airlines depend on this aircraft for their most demanding routes. Its twin G90 engines are among the most powerful ever mounted on a commercial plane. But here is where things get really interesting. Boeing has been developing the 777X, which will become the longest commercial aircraft ever built at over 76 meters. Its most revolutionary feature is a folding wingtip, a first in commercial aviation, that allows the massive wingspan to fold down so the plane can fit at standard airport gates. Lufthansa is the launch customer, with the first delivery now expected in early 2027, after years of repeated delays, pushing the program nearly 7 years behind schedule. The 777X represents the future of high-capacity long-haul travel. Then there is the legend, the Boeing 747, known universally as the Queen of the Skies, dominated international aviation for nearly 5 decades. The final variant, the 747-8, measures over 76 meters long, making it currently the longest commercial airliner in service. It features 4 GEnx engines, carries up to around 550 passengers in a high-density configuration, and has a range of approximately 14,800 kilometers. As of 2026, only 4 airlines still operate the passenger 747 on scheduled flights: Lufthansa, Korean Air, Air China, and Rossiya. Lufthansa remains the largest operator, while cargo variants serve freight carriers worldwide. The 747 fundamentally changed the world by making international air travel affordable for ordinary people. Before the 747, crossing an ocean by plane was a luxury reserved for the wealthy. After it, the world opened up. What other machine in history has had that kind of impact on human civilization? And finally, we arrive at the undisputed king of the skies. The Airbus A380-800 is the largest passenger aircraft ever built. It stands over 24 meters tall, stretches nearly 73 meters in length, has a wingspan of almost 80 meters, and can carry up to 853 passengers in a single-class configuration. In typical three-class layouts, it seats between 489 and 575 passengers. It first entered service with Singapore Airlines in 2007, and it redefined what was possible in commercial aviation. Emirates, the largest operator with over 100 A380s, has equipped some of theirs with onboard showers, private suites, and cocktail lounges at 40,000 feet. The A380 is powered by either Rolls-Royce Trent 900 or Engine Alliance GP7000 engines and has a range of 8,000 nautical miles. Despite its magnificence, Airbus stopped production in 2021 because airlines began favoring smaller, more fuel-efficient twin-engine aircraft that can serve more routes profitably. As of early 2026, around 159 A380s remain in active service with 10 airlines worldwide. It may be a fading giant, but every time you see one, you are looking at the single most ambitious passenger aircraft humanity has ever created. Now consider this. We went from a 23-meter turboprop carrying 50 passengers to a double-decker Titan that can hold more than 800 people and fly non-stop for over 14,000 kilometers. That is the incredible spectrum of commercial aviation, and every single aircraft on this list plays a vital role in keeping the world connected. Which one impressed you the most? Drop your answer in the comments, because I genuinely want to know. If this journey through aviation history blew your mind, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next one. We have got so much more coming, and trust me, you will love it.